What's up everybody, Caspian720 here, and I am editing this video and realized I made the same mistake as I did in the last one where I accidentally muted it. The reason why it would be accidentally muted is because in a Degassi episode I ended up muting my headset for the purpose of recording the audio, like just having the voice logs, and so there's nothing in the background from my headset or me possibly breathing or any of that ruining the gloriousness of those voice logs. That's why I was accidentally muted. But in episode 8 here, we're boarding the Aurora. And on my way to it, I'm nervous because right around here is a Reaper Leviathan. Her name is Bertha. She's Jerry's sister.
Life form readings in this region are sparse. The Aurora's radioactive fallout will have devastating effects on the alien ecosystem if not contained within the next 24 hours.
And now, as you can see, I got to hurry up and fix the Aurora. So I'm kind of just checking out the water, see if I can see a Reaper Leviathan. And we're gonna be using a propulsion cannon. You're about to see why I even needed it originally. But I end up feeding Bertha, as you can see. And that one just did the duty for me of drowning themselves. Although I don't think they can drown, so I think they're amphibious actually, which is kind of horrifying. But I kind of go ham on them a little bit with the propulsion cannon. They're tiny and they're annoying, so I gave them a nice swing shot to Bertha. Supposedly there's 4 Reaper Leviathans at the front of the ship, so I probably fed more than one, but mainly probably Bertha. But as you can see, the ship is quite horrifying to be on, as it's always shaking and they're playing creepy music.
Ship's structural integrity is low. Fire suppression equipment and laser cutters may be required. Exploration is conducted at your own risk.
Ah, yes. Alright. Well, let's fast forward to where I finally board a part of the ship, so, yeah. Alright, well, so there's this part right here. This is kind of a bridge area. You have to walk over to it. You have to walk over it to get to the next part of the Aurora, or the top area, where there's administration and some other doors. Up here isn't that important. There is some stuff up here you may want, like some extra fire extinguishers and stuff like that. But it can be a little horrifying if you're not good on moving slowly, because you have to move slowly across that bridge or you have a chance to fall to your doom. Trust me, you don't want that to happen. I never done it because I'm pretty good that way, but right up here is one of the entrances. This is the entrance they want you to go through, so you kind of do a full exploration in one go. I did not do that, and in fact I went through the bottom one. I kind of went up here, saw nothing really special. So I needed it for a later part. And of course the airlocks were sealed. But you do find some stuff like that.
Data. Aurora systems are running on local reserve power, unable to remotely download black box data.
Which means you have to explore the Aurora to find it. So what you're supposed to do is go over here originally and clear out that fire, and then proceed to run down and explore it through that way. I did not do that. In fact, I completely messed that up, and then I would then head back later to give it a go then. But wasn't what you were supposed to do. I just didn't realize that until I went through the bottom part and saw. But I can promise you, if I ever redo this series, I will probably do any. I probably will redo this series sometime because I want to play it again. I love this game. But if I ever come back to this game, I will make sure I do that the right way. But as you can see, we got cave crawlers, but I head all the way back down, so let's do that. Let's fast forward. Alright guys, so here's where you're gonna need a propulsion cannon to move this gear. Well, it's stuff out of the way. Just gotta move these boxes and desk. Then you'll be heading down there. And a moment, there we go. So once you get those out of the way, you're gonna kind of run down here. I did just miss the fire extinguisher on the wall there. You notice there was a fire extinguisher on the wall, but that would have been helpful to know on my original playthrough. But you're supposed to walk out this end. But then again, it doesn't matter how you do it. I missed the PDA right there, by the way. Don't worry, I'll come back for it later. It's simply talking about how you get into that. And I completely missed it. So, like an idiot. It's right there. I'm blind as hell. But, you gotta cut through this story with a laser cutter. And we'll get some black box data, but it won't be what we needed. Which, I'll read this right here. Initiated slingshot maneuver around planet 4546b. High velocity energy pulse detected on planet surface. Emergency distress signal. Oh, what is my past me doing? Oh, now I'm trying to find it. Alright. Emergency distress signal sent to Altera listening buoy via long-range comm relay. Impact detected. Life pod bay on starboard side compromised. Ongoing communications compromised. Emergency evacuation initiated. Manual piloting transferred to Captain Hollister. Life pods 1 through 25 launched successfully. Entering planetary atmosphere. Massive impact registered. Drive core shield compromised. Emergency bounce backs received from 8 life pods on planet surface. Human life signs detected over long range at T+8 hours. 1. Personnel unaccounted for. Non-essential systems. Maintenance Chief Riley Robinson. Oh. Well, I'm done reading that. I almost read it all, but as you can see, I was the only one alive. So what you're supposed to do up here is actually swim for this corridor, and then swim down. There's a hole in the floor right in here, and I will notice it somewhere. There we go. You kind of need a light to see it, but you have to then proceed to swim through all the pipes. Good news is you can surface your head to rethink everything, but I come back to check this, and once again I keep missing the PDA. It's literally right there, and I'm so blind. I literally swim right over it, and I even checked behind here thinking if it's possibly right there, but no, I just completely swam over it so many times. It's actually kind of funny to watch me fail like this, but I'm probably gonna swim over it one more time. Let's see. I completely swim over it one more time. So then I just proceed to go along with my business, thinking I might find it later. Thinking it might be important, so I will need to find it later. So, here we go. You don't really need the thing on top of your seagull eye to navigate. It won't show you anything. It won't show you anything inside here, but you just have to proceed to kind of maneuver around these pipes. Don't hit the electric or you will get damaged. You'll take damage. You don't want that. But it's just a little crazy. You do have to maneuvers everywhere, but it's like a miniature maze. There's nothing really important in the water. Just letting you know, I went through that and searched. There is a fire extinguisher right there, so that's handy. There's a few ways to actually get on land. You just gotta kind of head over right to that corner, and voila, you're up here. Now you would need a few things. Of course, I would need to then grab a repair tool for that door, which just leads you down to a side area, which you'll see. And you go down there and you'll end up going towards Seamoth Bay and Drive Core. But right here's the Brown Suit Bay, so yeah.
Picking up a faint black box signature originating on the other side of the hull breach in this room.
You can actually climb up that. You can just use a propulsion cannon. For some reason when I come back around I can't get that. But I take this opportunity to scan the prawn suits right here. There we go. I know this is kind of weird. If I didn't have myself muted, you would actually hear me do a lot of talking about this stuff. We'll probably cover these vehicles in another section. I was just kind of checking it out, and I saw that pressure reactive waterproof nano suit, which is what prawn stands for. I wonder if the people who like think of those names purposely try to get it to like be pronounced towards that, you know? But all I gotta do is simply scan these. I'll end up making this in a later episode, like really soon. Like I think is in the next episode I have this be built. But at least in the next episode I actually have my voice, so you can actually hear me talk. So yeah. Well, instead of going straight to the living quarters, I thought, let's go down here. Like a crazy person. And so I did. As you can see here. Just going down. Checking out. And there's some important stuff in here. There's PDAs, and which this time I don't miss. It's literally a first aid kit right there. They know you're about to get messed up because there's actually bleeders in the next rooms. There's a whole bunch of bleeders. I end up finding another PDA right there, which talks about why we're on this planet. Trevor will actually read that one in later episode in the part 2 of the Degassi, since it's related to the Degassi. So that's where you'll find this one being read, which is actually going to be before. Alright, enough of me looking at PDA files I got. So I cut open this door, which will then proceed to lead me to Health 2.0. Not really, you'll see. It's not that bad. Right as I take off that part, I immediately
Vital signs
have to deal with that.
stabilizing.
So this should be the part where I actually I think I could just go back to reading stuff. Yep. Alright, here we are. We're heading down here, which that is a door I kind of missed at the first part.
Damage to the Aurora do not match any known offensive technologies.
Oh, I forgot. Alistair will talk. But when I get back down there, you'll see some bleeders. I'll end up trying to scan one, and it'll get on my arm. Kind of, yeah. It just all together. But right up here is the door. The door is right up there. If you look up, it's right there, up in the corner of my screen before I pulled up this PDA again. Which, I guess while my past self is looking at this PDA, that's the door you're supposed to go through. That would lead you all the way to the prawn suit room in a way. Keyword, in a way. I don't know if you still would have to go through the prawn suit room or not, but I don't know the exact order on which you're supposed to enter this, but next time, I promise, if I ever play this again and record it, I will be guaranteed going through the top now. But I kind of search around here. There's some supplies up here like water and more nutrient blocks, which are handy for this, but I did prepare myself. Tea's good. Alright, let's get back to the good stuff. Alright, so I end up running into one of these bleeders right here. As you can see, I got a little curious. Managed to scan him. And then he decides to come at me. And before I can get my knife, oh, I actually got him before he could get me. But they stick to your arm and you have to pull out your knife and swipe at him. You'll see. It's real nasty. It's basically a big, huge leech attaching to your arm, and it's kind of creepy looking. It's very creepy looking. But just gotta get down here, which right here is another part where you'll need a fire extinguisher.
Do not attempt repair without appropriate qualifications.
As you can see, I'm just being a firefighter like a pro. And then here I am entering this, which it actually gives me a Cyclops engine efficiency module.
At maximum tolerable level.
I scan the breach, and then I'm like, I'm gonna repair it, which you'll see me do right here. There you go.
Containment breach repaired.
This is going to take a little bit, so I say, since I want to show this, I'm going to do what I think would be best.
Further breaches detected.
Roll in the music.
radiation levels decreasing.
With the somewhat creepy music, I fixed the Aurora at least. So, well, not fixed it. I at least fixed the drive core so the radiation will stop. So, eventually, after I left here, I will now be able to approach the Aurora free of having to use radiation, which is a plus, because rebreathers are highly needed most of the time. But I end up passing the Seamount Bay, but I would go on later on to check it out. There's nothing much. I'm just saying, it's just like the administration room. They both don't have that much in them, but if you get into them, you will get some extra stuff. If, like me, something you didn't get before, it can be handy depending on the person, but if you're well prepared like I am, it's going to be kind of useless to get it. But I'm literally just moving these out of the way so I can have an easier way down. Which, as you can see, I am just going to work with this propulsion cannon. There you go. So, there's not really much in here. I did already do everything I wanted to do for this place, except for getting what I'm here for, which is what I'm literally about to do next. So, let's fast forward to that. Alright, here we are. We're going through this part. So this is all the rooms. It's not really I recommend checking every room. Everything has something special, either posters, PDA files. If you want to collect all the PDA files and just show off the fact that you have them all, go right ahead. I personally am trying to do that, so that's why I am definitely hunting every PDA file I can find. But there's water bottles and nutrient blocks inside here, and I don't know why I'm so willing to grab radiated food, but it's just me. That should be radiated, unless this is somehow protected by all the radiation that has spewed outside.
Integrating new PDA data.
But, to be honest, I don't really give a damn about it, because, well, there's all this, fun stuff to grab. Hell, you even get bar tables, and single shelves, and wall shelves. Well, there's some complex, really cool shelves that you can get, and then you can get the single shelves, which, you know, it's quite handy. But in here you get bar tables and stuff like that. So, get to just simply go around and, you know, the fun stuff. Get a table. You can use that for a base. I know I probably won't, unless it's not the headquarters, but, you know, that's just me personally. But here's the single wall shelves, which they managed to put on the side of a counter. But you can just go through and scan it all. There's actually a trash can right there in the corner that I'm trying to get to. But since my fire extinguisher is out, I can't grab it. But then look, I literally saw a fire extinguisher right there behind me. So then I proceed to try to eliminate this fire. No waste on over there. I just keep trying. There we go. Trash can. I wanted this. Still haven't put it in my headquarters, but might come in handy for later on bases. So you just kind of search through and you'll end up finding all the cabins. You will also find cabin 1, which will require a keypad code thing, which you get through the Sweet Offer PDA file I found earlier. You can find it quite easily too, so they'll just tell you head over to if you head over to cabin 1, you have to open it using a code, which the other cabins do not have. Intriguing. Or the door just completely flew off or disintegrated, but for all of them, but yeah, let's get over to that part. But we can't forget this jewel of a recording.
Listen, I know I don't have the right to make demands of you, but I need you to understand that I want to change our arrangement.
I hear what you're saying, and I will try to respect it. How would you like to change it?
I would like to reduce our contact hours.
How much further can we do that?
To 0.
You're dumping me.
I'm changing the terms of our relationship.
How is it still a relationship if we don't see each other?
It's a relationship of a kind. You have so many expectations.
I feel you just want to spend more time with that dumb guy in his dumb robot suit.
That's not a feeling. It's a judgment. And I feel hostility in what you're saying. Perhaps your jealousy is a sign that you need to take another look at your business model. Why can't you just be happy for me?
I am happy for you, and I'm happy for all the guys in the prawn bay. I'm just not happy for me.
This is why I want to change our arrangement.
That Miss Wilson here is not a very nice lady. Like, dumped your girlfriend over a prawn suit. It's not very nice, I'm just saying. It's not how you do things. If I dumped my girlfriend over a Cyclops, I would be being slapped and I wouldn't be here talking about it. But no, that's not how that went. Why? Just why? So, explore all the cabins. You can find first aids and batteries and all that. If you're not wanting to be prepared like me, you should be fine. There's water bottles and such on there. Just keep that in mind. There's water bottles and nutrient blocks all over them. And then you can also find these posters, so try to have some space. You want to make sure that you can somewhat have some inventory. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. You can get a lot of supplies to keep you alive. I just couldn't grab it all because I didn't care. I could just make it back at my base. So, Captain's, this is cabin 1. As I mentioned, you gotta put in the keypad code. Which there's also cabin 5 right here, which I don't know how they lay this out. I haven't really been paying attention that much. I just searched the whole thing. But you gotta go down that side, I think, to get to the captain's quarters. Because I checked that whole side real quick before I went crazy over here. And then I checked the clues. It's in codes and clues for because it has the numbers, and you'll see that I press on it. There we go, and it says here it's 1869 for the code, so you'll see me put that in real fast here. You do have to manually like press each thing, but I moved the supply crate thing, so here I am putting it in. I have to hit X on every one of those, I think. But it unlocks, and you get nothing except a PDA and that amazing shelf thing in the corner there. Wall shelves is what it's called. All right. That can be handy for
New blueprint acquired.
doing that, but you can also get the little plushie there, which I think takes up 1 space. I think I might take up 4, so.
Integrating new PDA data.
And that just talks about that PDA and cabin one just talks about kind of the relationship part. It's kind of connecting back to the girl dumping someone over prawn suits. Don't do that. It's not very nice, you know. Like my kitten here trying to dig one of his claws into my knee. I know what you're trying to do. Don't jump over there. Who's an adorable kitten? Yes, you are, Pepper Jack. Yes, you are. Alright. Oh, don't snack on the cords. Hold on. There you go, buddy. Alright, where was I? Oh, yes. So here we are. I think I've realized that only takes up 1 space, but I keep dodging the captain's quarters by accident, and then I finally head over there. I think like right now. I think I end up checking everything in here, which in the captain's quarters you can get a few little decorations. One being an Aurora poster, which is really nice, and the other one being Aurora miniature. So you can now carry the Aurora miniature inside your you can have it inside your base, or well, your habitats, and show off that you have a Aurora miniature. But the code for that is 2676. I don't know if these are randomized between all of them. I bet this one is the only one that isn't, because you have to get in here, and the guy did the voice recording. I don't think he would do a whole bunch of voice recordings for a whole bunch of set of numbers. But regardless, you will need to get to this to get that little data terminal right there in the corner by the Aurora miniature and the wall shelf. I'm kind of just sorting out things, and as you can see, I didn't need to consume all that extra stuff, because, you know, it's all takes up 1 space. But there's the Aurora miniature, and then there's the last recorded transmission.
Average long-range transmission delay 8 hours. Opening last recorded transmissions.
This is an emergency distress call. Aurora is on collision course with planet 4546b. Sending all available environmental data. Please respond with rescue solution. Out.
This is Altera HQ. Attached to this message, you should find the blueprints for an escape ship that we calculate will be capable of breaking orbit and getting you back to the nearest phase gate. Now, it's designed to use materials you can find in situ, but it's gonna need one hell of a power source. Now, we'll be sure to...
Aurora long-range communications relay offline.
Alright. And this just kind of shows the captain likes to play some games. Captain Hollister's kind of a gamer. Alright, so we kind of got on here for the main part. The rest of this I'm going to cut out because it's not really important. It's just me kind of going through and searching the rest, which, as you know, there's that administration room that I passed earlier in the episode, like when I got to the very top. If you take the right on that, when you get to that T intersection, you'll be able to take out some fire. You'll get a code to get into the one bay, And then you'll be able to just head all the way over here, hopefully. But that's just one of the doors you can open, and it also has some more stuff in there. But that's it. I hope you guys liked this episode. I'm just letting you guys know, I did end up making it back to the my base alive. I did not even get to see Bertha. Probably because I helped her be hungry. Not hungry. So she probably is my friend now. But, well, if you like this, hit the like button, subscribe, bell notification, all that good stuff. Tell your friends I'm playing Subnautica and I'm doing really good if you really think so. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm gonna be editing the rest of these videos. I got like 2 to 3 more of these episodes already recorded that I need to edit. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Have an amazing day.